Crescent Stanley Jubilee, Woolsey Crown, Abington Famous Road, Hurst Hill, Benfield and Buckler Street and Elm Road and Gardner C. Barnes Road, Shadow Road and Crescent Avenue, Gladstone, Lincoln, Eastbrook, Brambledene, St. Nicholas and Michael St. Peters, Trafalgar and Church, Victoria and Vale Road, Beaconsfield Road, Southdown Avenue, Links Road and Close, the Gardens and Gardens Close, Vale Gardens and Church Street, Denmark Gardens, Simberstep Road, Norway Street, Franklin, St. Albans and Andrews Road, Albion Street and North Street, Middle Street, Chapel Place, West Allen, George Street, Camden and East Street and Clarendon Place, Seaford Road, Cotton Terrace, Station and Boundary Road, St. Leonard's Road and Avenue, Abbey Road, St. Leonard's Gardens, St. Kenya, Middleton, Derrick Avenue, Kenton, Glastonbury Road, Brittany, Romney, Saxon Road, Marine Avenue, Tangerton and Tennis Glendon Road, Wolf Road, Basin Road, North and South, Wish Road, Welbeck Avenue, Berrydale Avenue, Bramer Road, Langdale Gardens and Road, Carlisle and Woolsingham Road, Sackville Gardens, Westbourne Villas and Place, Princess Crescent, Square Avenue, Amer Road, Wellington and Kings Road, and Newchurch Road, Portland Road, Old Shoreham Road, Hove and Sackville Road, Worcester Villas, Leicester Villas, Charleston Avenue, Glebe and Portland Villas, Aldrington Close, Mornington Crescent, Jessamine Road and Close and Roxbury Road, Main Street and Woodhouse Road, Portland and Coleman Avenue, Amesbury Crescent, Park and St. Helens Avenue, Hogarth, Reynolds, Titian, Referer, Medina, Lawrence and Richardson Road, St. Philip's and Lions Mews, Rutland and Westbourne Gardens and Westbourne Street, Femoral Crescent and Avenue and Gardens, Olive Road, Ingham Crescent, Western East, Bolzer Road, Wellington School, Kingdom, Darlington, Milton, Marmion, Scott, Maidstone, Stoneham, Alpine, Linton, and Kendall, Ruskin Road and Payne Avenue, Tomworth, Shelley, Rutton and Mortimer Road, Molesworth and Arthur Street, and St. Patrick's Road and Sharon Terrace, Shakespeare Street, and Winds Mews, and Coleridge, Byron, Montgomery, Wordsworth, and Cowper Street, Gladys, Dorothy, Marjorie, Halliburton Road, and Florence Avenue, and Isabel Crescent, Amherst Crescent, Milkhead, Lullington, Aldrington Avenue, St. Joseph's Close, Leighton, Frith, Point Lindsay, Princeps Road, Valence Gardens and Road, Lambrick Mews, St. Albans and South, Seafield Road, Ospen, Medina, Albany Villas, Hove and Medina Place, Sussex Road and Medina Terrace, and King's Esplanade, 4th, 3rd, Grand, 2nd and 1st Avenue, Albert, Alfred and King's Mews, Albany, Albert and King's Mews, and Kings and Queen's Gardens, and Brooker Place and Street, and Conor Terrace Road and Mars Walk, and Sterling Place, Belfast Street, Melville Street, and Haddon Street and Close, George Stephen, Norvillis, Howard Villas, and Norton Tisbury Road and Norton Close, Ethel Allen Street, Cover Street and Place, and Fountain Road, and Clarendon Road and Villas, Livingston and Goldson Road and Charing Goldson Street, Goldson, Denmark Villas and Station Approach, Denmark Mews on Cromwell Road, Eton Villas and Gardens, and Eton and Cambridge Grove, Oxford and Cambridge Mews, and Newtown Road, Goldston Lane, Manlake and Hartington Villas and Hofbach Villas and Wilbury Gardens and Champions Row, Adelaide Crescent, Palmyra Square, St. John's Road and Place and Queen's Place, and Wilbury Grove, Wilbury Road, Grove and Villas, and Selman and Salisbury Road, and Palmyra Avenue, and Rochester Gardens, and Crown Close, Blatchington, Eton, and Langston Road, and Lorna Road, Selman and Salisbury Place, Silverdale Avenue, and Holland Road, Silverdale, Farnham, Glendale, Aberdare, Sisbury, Shanklebury, Woosnamere, and Caburn Road, Lincoln, Haydon, Montefiore, Addison, Coburn, Granville Road, and Lions Close and Chatsworth Square. This is Avenue, Fossil and Dean, and Summerhill Road and Avenue, Limestone Place and Street, and Holland Mews, Alice Street and Close, Limestone Square and Brunswick Mews, Street West and East, and Terrace and Square and Place, and Donkey Mews, and Waterloo and Western Street, and Little Western Street, and Ivy Place, Chapel Mews, and Golden Lane, Norfolk Street and Square, Bedford Square and Place, Farm Road, Spring Close, Farm and Lansdowne Mews, and Cambridge, Brunswick, York, and Norfolk Road and Borough Temple Street, York Avenue, and Norfolk Terrace and Temple Gardens, and Windlesham Avenue, Gardens and Road, Montpelier Road, Denmark Terrace, Vernon Terrace, Chatham Place, New England Road, Orient, Cavendish and Silver Place, Silver Street Road Terrace, Western Terrace, Selsey Castle Street, Regency Mews and Square and Queensbury Mews, and Clemens and Russell Square and St Margaret's Place, Cannon Place, Russell Road and Place, and Regency Road and Grenville and Cranbourne Street, New Church Road, Western Road, and Church Square and Dyke Road, Upper North Street, and Hampton Place and Street, and Spring Street, down Deansea, Crown Street, Marlborough, and Regent Hill and Regent Row, and Montpelier Villas and Street, and Victoria Road and Street and Place, and Clifton Place and Terrace and Road and Hill, and St Michael's Place and Powers Road and Crescent and Grove and Villas, and Montpelier Crescent and Bellman and Russell Crescent, Prestonville Road, York Villas and Grove, and Howard Harrison Place, and Bath Street and Compton Avenue, and Buckingham Place and Road, and Western Street and Place and Road, and Old Alfred and Leopard Road, and Alexander Villas, St Nicholas Road, Centurion Road, and Dorset Street, and North Gardens and Kew Street, and Terminus Place, Terminus Road and Place, Railway and Terminus Street, Clifton, Buckingham, Guildford and Surrey Street, and Guildford and Upper Gloucester Road, and Junction Road, Queens Quadrant, Queens Road, West Street, and North Street Quadrant, Queen Square, Zion Gardens and Eyre Street, and Mount Zion Place, and North Street, and North Road and Church Street, Argyle and Kemper Road, New England Street, Cross and Boston Street, Stradley Road and Billington Way, and Cheapside and Fleet Street, and Sinclair Walk and Sinclair and Frenchy Walk and Kingscote Way, and Providence, Elder and Providence Place, and York Hill and Ann Street, and Belmont and St Peter Street, Trafalgar Square and Lane, and Station Blackburn, Whitecross and Redcross, and Pelham Street, and Trafalgar Close and Road, Gloucester Street and Road, North Road, Church Street and North Street, and Trafalgar Terrace, and Frederick Gardens, Frederick Place, Owen Street, Camp Street, Trafalgar Lane, Kensington Place, Tidy Street, Sydney Street, Pelham Square, St George's Mews, Trafalgar, Frederick Place, Frederick Street, Foundry Street, Queen's Gardens, Suffolk Gardner Street, Kensington Gardens and Street, Robert Street, Vine Street, Cheltenham, Blenheim, and Marlborough Place, Spring Gardens, Bread Street, Titford Street, Orange Shore, and Gardiner Street, Richard and Jewelry Street, and North Place and Barrack Yards, Windsor and Portland Street, and again King Place and Street, and Jew Street, and Princess and Palace Place, and Pavilion Buildings, and Duke Boyce's South, Middle and Ship Street, Prince Albert Street, Bartholomew's, Little East Street, Kings Road, and Brills Lane, and East Street, and Old Steen, and Pavilion Parade, and Grand Parade, and Marlborough, Gloucester, St George's, and York Place, London, Preston, London Road, again Viaduct Road, Ditchling Road, Upper Lewis and Lewis Road, and Ditchling Rise, Verval, Shaftesbury Road, and Shaftesbury Place, and Jardijara, Winchester Street, and Clyde and Lorna, Clyde Stanley and Lorna Road, and Orchard Walk, and Viaduct Road, Kingsbury Road and Street, and Rosehill, Rosehill and London Terrace, and Kingsbury Road and Street, and Rosehill Close, Bacon and Francis Street, Barton Road, the Open Market, Oxford Street and Close and Place, and Brunswick Road, Queens and St Peter's Place, and Union Road, Rose Hill, Park Crescent, and Park Crescent, Charleston Road and Place, Trinity, Brewer, Newport, and Smarten Street, Inverness, Aberdeen, Edinburgh, Caledonian, St. Mary Magdalene, and St. Paul Street, and Bromley Road, Canterbury Drive, Wakefield, Richmond, Ashdown, Daubigny, Princess and Mayor Road, Princess Crescent, Crescent Road, Belton Road and Close, and Rodwood Road and Street, and Crescent, and Elm Grove, Tennessee Down Road, Hartington, Mason, Hellas, Carisbrook, Wrightson, and Tottenham, Bernard, Braining, Whippingham, Budget Road, Bernard Place, and Wellington, Upper Wellington Road and Wellington Street, Franklin Road, and De Montfort Road, Agnes Street, Momenton, Coronation, Savile, Picton, and Franklin Street, and Hastings, Pevensey, and St. Lennox Road, and Fairlight, and St. Martin's Place, Mavis Street, Gladstone Place, Newmarket Road, and Terrace, Shanklin Road, and Beveridge Street, Whippingham Street, Hartington Place, and Terrace, C. Manchester, Charles Broad Street, Madeira Place, Camelford, Margaret Wentworth Street, Useanum News, and Brock Place, Lower Gardens, Atchingworth, Grafton, Wyndham, Charles Street, and Marine Gardens, and Bedford and Upper Bedford, St. James and Upper St. James's, Princess and Pavilion Street, Steen Gardens, Dorset Street, Dorset Gardens, George Street, and Place, and also Steen Gardens, Steen Gardens, Dorset, Steen Gardens, Dorset Place, Steen Gardens, Dorset Street, George Street, Dorset Gardens and Place, and High Street, Chapel Street, Daventry Place, St. James's Avenue, and Street Mews, and Arlington, Cavendish Street, Lebanon Street, St. Mary's Place, Veronica Way, Essex and Hartford Street, and Somerset Street, and Montague Street and Place, and St. George's Terracing Road, and Telegraph Street, and Bristol Road, and Somerset, and Great College Street, College Gardens, and Bloomsbury Street, and Abbey Road, Chapel Terrace, and Paston Place, and Sudley Street and Terrace, Sudley Street and Place, and Upper Sudley Street and Sudley Terrace, and Eaton Place, Chesham Road, Chesham Street and Place, and Chichester Place, and St. Mary's Square, St. Mark's Street, Sussex Mews, and Rock Street, and Grove, and Kemptown Place, and Parsifal, Clarendon, and Chichester Terrace, and Lewis Crescent, Sussex Square, Arundel Place, Arundel Terrace and Place, and Eastern Place, and Arundel Street and Road, and De Course, and Boundary Road, and Edward Street, and Eastern Road, and Royal Crescent, and Bewes, and Burlington Street, Crescent Place, Bloomsbury Place, and Marine Square, and Portland Mews and Place, and Seymour Street and Square, Paston Place, Eastern Terrace and Mews, and Berger Place, and Marine Parade, Madeira Drive, Max Willis Walk, and Duke's Mount, and Esplanade, and William and John Street, Grand Parade Mews, Kingswood Street and Cotton Hill, and Morley and Sussex Street, and Circus Street and Nelson Row, and Sussex and Ivory Place, Richmond Parade and Albion Street, and Ashton Rise and Grove Hill, and Tilbury, Maple Street and Tilbury Place, White Blaker, Grosvenor, and Thames Streets, and Thames Close, and Egmont, Mount Pleasant, Egmont Place, Leicester, Tilston, and Park Street, and Southam Mews, and Freshfield Road, Way, and Stevenson Road, and Sutherland Road, Whopper Road, and Terrace, Bellevue Gardens, Upper Abbey Road, and Waterk Hill Road, Mayhurst, Slintford, Churton, and Chadburn Close, and Donaldson and Besson Road, and Bisgate and Bowering Way, and Mare Street, Mare Street and Calvert Road, and Manor Road, and Hill and Crescent, and Close, and Robin Dean, Manor Green, Manor Paddocks and Gardens, and Prince Richard's Close, Princess Terrace, and Bristol Street, and Bennett Road, and Rugby Place, and St. John's Place, Lennox Street, Marine View, Park Road Terrace, and Upper Park Place, Queensland Road, and Park Hill, Freshfield Place, and South Avenue, West, North, East Drive, and Target, Cheetah, Barnfield Gardens, Berry Walk, and Queensland Rice Terrace, and St. Luke's Road and Terrace, Freshfield Street, Down Terrace, Pankhurst Avenue, Falkland, Plompton, Hallett, and Clayton Road, and the Causeway and Monument View, Queensway and Crimpton Road, until it gets south toward the Heather and Palm Close, Rochester Butte, Hendon and Livingston Street, and Canning Street and College Terrace, and Evelyn Terrace, Custom Road and Dawson Terrace, and Olive Close, and Elmotana Road, Richmond and Stanley Street, and Tilbury Way, and Whitmer Street and Terrace, and Albion Hills, South Over Street and Mews, and Essingwood Road, Phoenix Place, Moses Lane, Temple Terrace, Phoenix and Rise, and New Hove and Lewis Street, and Belgrave Place, and New York, Jersey, Grove, Holland, Scotland, Quebec Street and Montreal Road, and Toronto Terrace, and Hanover Crescent and Mews and Street and Terrace, Coleman, Washington, Jackson, Lincoln, and Grants, York, Essingwood, Southampton Street, Finsbury Road, and Lincoln Cottages, and Milkett, Howard, Hampton, Copton Road, and Luther Street. Both Terrace, Wichita and Essingwood Place, Cromwell, Excellent, and Alcala Street and Bentham Road. Roding Crescent and Heights and Park and Vale and Terrace and Way, and Cliff Road and the Cliff, and Marina Way, the Waterfront, the Strand, West and East and Concourse, West and East Jetty, Henny Marlow, Reading and Pier Road, Manor Place and Way, and NC Flimwell and Henfield Plate and NC Flimwell Close, White Crescent and Close, and Hemsey, Cheatingley, Breed, Wolverton, Beckley, Iden, Bowler Close, and Upper and Lower Charrington Place, and Henley Close and School Rise, and Whitehawk Road and Way, and Waters Rise, and Finner Road, the Medway, and Ellen Way, Tysus Road, and Dana Road, and Natus Place, and Close, and Penner's Place, and Cambridge Close, and Semester Place, Fletching Close, Peartown Road, and Wiston Road, South and Way, Crossbush and Cooksbush Road, and Coolham Drive, and Exceed by both Downish, Gresham, Horsham and St. Catherine's Close, and Infield and Hawley Place, and Limbley Road, Hayburn Road, and Close, and Swanborough Place and Drive, and Bicycles Road, Cecil Way, and Aldrich Close, and Wilson Avenue, and Auburn and Lotsworth, and Twine Stephenspool Road, Something Close, Alfriston, Cogan, and Outfield Place, and Pet Close, and Desmond Sadler Way, and Warren Way, Walsing Road, Centre Avenue, Langley Crescent, Monson, Traffic Close, and Seaview Way, Crescent North and South, Downs Valley Road, the Ridgeway, Briarcliff Road, Millie Crescent, Briar Close and Pit Gardens, and Farmer Gardens and the Brow, and the Ridgeway Close and View Close and Spears Walk, Bush Crescent and Ewers Close and Treetops Close, and Rydell Road and Close and Catherine Vale, and Kipling Avenue, Lockwood Crescent, Villiers and Lockwood Close, and Nolan Waitman's Road and Kevin Gardens, and Houghton Hill, Double Road, Conway Drive, Ridgeway Gardens, and Dean Sycamore and Willow Close, and Newers Close, and Sherrington Road, Netherford Green, and Hammersdale Road, and Bexhill Road, and County Drive, and Foxton Road, and Tully Lodge, Hunsford, Littleworth, Burnham, Maple Family Close, and Down the View, Shipley Road, Green Lane, Sensor Crescent, and Ravenswood Drive, Donington Road, and Aperture Brownleaf, and Salis Road, and Rosedale, Pitford and Marston Close, Mallock Road, Foxway Chokey Road, Oakdean Crescent, Westway Gardens and Close, Avery Nursery Close, and Oakdean Rise and Way and Avenue Gardens and Close, Stanley and Graham Avenue, Christery, Sefton Beaches, and Fox Sanders Road and Beach College Close, Heathfield Drive and Crescent, and Graham Crescent and Close, and New England Rise, Brookfield, Julie Drive, and Thornhill and Overdon Rise, Gorwers and Ridge Close, and Whitfield Close and Thornhill Way, Bushman Drive and Thorbush Crescent, Judith, Sheepell and Hazels, Tech, Bush Cottage, Sycamore, Jarvis and Warrior Close, and Fordham Road, Crest Way, and Enville, Fordham, Forge and Flint, and New Barn Close, and Hangleton Lane, Dean Gardens and Close, Fairway and Sharpton Crescent and Deacon's Drive and Mill Lane, Valerie Mill and Helen Close, and Mickus Road and Burlington Gardens, Ford and Drive, Heffrey Gardens, Highlands Road, Park, Romany Horizon and Hayes Close, Medfield Way and Crescent and Close and Hillside, Oaks Hill and Crescent and South Street and Manor Road and Easter Way and Drive, Lucerne and Melvis Close and Highlands and Highways and Village Close and Jove Road and High Street and Close and North Road and Lane, North Road and Close and the Crossway and North Lane, Croft Drive Hawthorne Way, Farm Close and Downsview and Southdown Road, Valley Road and George Crescent and Stonery Road and Closes and Wickus Road and Rise and Close and Hillbank Close and Monroe Gardens, Rowan Close, and Broston Drive, Edgeway, Cider Drive, Topic Close and Lodge Close and the Rise, Monarch's View and Hill Croft and Southern Close and Delphin and Henry Clover Way, Badger Elder Breckenbury, Blackthorn Close, the Set, Language Drive, Shepherd Way, Park and Comfort Close and Hamilton Drive and Hamilton Close, and Windlesham Close, Applesham Way, Melrose Avenue, and Maplehurst Road in Timber Drive, Hangleton Lane and Links Road and Way and Road and Valley Drive, and St. Helens Drive and Crescent, Downsview, Metz Avenue and Metz Close, Pipers Close, Sylvester Way and Manor Close and Hangleton Manor Close, and Broadwick Avenue, Lynch's Crescent, Warren Road, Maynard's Close to Down, Cowan's Close, Northfield Rise and Honeycroft, and Greenleys and Fairway Close and Hangleton Gardens, Daleview Gardens and Hangleton Close and Westway and King's Close and Savardale Road and Cleaton Avenue, and Northeast Drive and Gardens and Close, and Poplar Close and Barnett Way, Stonecroft, Chichester, Buckley Close and Shepard Road and Way and Close and Spencer Avenue, the Dean, and Poplar and Epersham Avenue, and Emily Drive and Sunning Hill Avenue and Sunning Hill and Storrington Close and Ashley's Way, and Thornhill and Park Close, and Northwich Gardens and Park Rise, and Lock Hill, and Harmsworth Crescent and Hardwick Road and Way, and Lock Hill and Park Rise, and Happock Avenue and Barbish Road, and Natalie and Finley Close and Midhurst Rise and Burma Beading, Stanning and Clark Avenue, Henfield and Clayton Way, and Pointings down the Drive and down the Crescent, and Cawthorne Road, and Neville Close and Front Road, and Neville Place and Gardens and Ebbridge Road, and Orchard Road and Gardens and Avenue and Parkview Road and goes to Crescent, Chartfield and Neville and Golston Way, and Bellingham Crescent, Godwin, Stapley, Martin, Edmund and Whitford Road and Old Close and Old School Place, and Elm Drive and Rowan Avenue, Meiji Road, Lamarnham Avenue, Moyne Close, Marshall Way, and Wayfield Avenue, and Acacia Avenue, Maple Gardens, and English Close, and Holmes Avenue, Windmill and St. Peter's Close, and Fallowfield, Medway Crescent, and Fallowfield and Tudor's Close, and Neville Avenue and Road, and King George VI Drive and Avenue, and Woodland Avenue and Drive, and Sandringham, Queen Mary and Alexandra and Victoria Avenue, and Queen Caroline, Sandringham, Charles and Windsor Close, and Edward and Elizabeth Avenue, and Close, and Copton Mill Drive, and Woodland and Goldson Close, Yappa Drive and Cases Close, Redden and Manor Road, the Mortlet, Shirley Road, Rigton, Lloyd, Open Road, and Lloyd Close, and Greyfriars, Castle and Merlin and Farmer Close, and Kelly Elrington Road, and the Paddock and Stanford Close, and Hopfock Road, and Way and Gardens and Bishops Road, and Mallory Onslow Road and Shirley Bennett Drive and Shirley Bennett Avenue, Woodruff Avenue, Chetcliffe Road, Tonguedine Avenue and Road, the Jove Way, the Jove, and Belfield Drive and Close and Woodlands and Elm Close and the Green and Chapel Drive and Ash Close and Tonguedine Place and Oaklands, Dean Close, Hill Brown Drive, downside of Dean Way, and the Spinney, and Potter Road, and Street Place at Avenue, Highcliffe Villas, and Stamford Road, and Coventry and Exeter, and Brighton Street, and Stafford and Stafford and Chatsworth, and Buxton, Lancaster, Upper Hamilton Road, and Robertson, Scarborough, Kingsley, Hampstead Road and Woodside Avenue, Tivoli Crescent and North, Tivoli Road and Place, Meldon and Mattock Road, and Withdean Road and Avenue, and Blackthorn and Withdean Close, and Hazel Limits, the Beaches, and Wayland Heights and Avenue, and Dyker Place and Drive and Avenue, and Tonguedine Lane and Rise and Shepherd's Croft, Rookery and Grange Close and Lovers Walk, and South Road and Mews, Middle and North Road and Home Road, Lowiston Road, Cumberland Road and Drive and Claremont House and Road and Station Road, and Withdean Rise and Court Avenue, Setters Gardens, Lea Hurst, Kirk Rose, Calvin Place, Elmsley Avenue and Towergate, Assembly, St Andrews, Grantham, Rugby, Florence and Springfield Road, and Preston Grove and Stanford Avenue, and Edberton Avenue, Southern Road and Mews and Avenue, and Cleveland Road, Chester Devils, Walgrave, and Havelock Road, and Beaconsfield Villas and Road, and Preston Park and the Sand Road, and Beacon Hill, Belfort, Ospel, Lowther, Loader Bates, Gordon Harbour, Dover, Ashford, St. Hythe Road, and Loader Place, and Sutherland Road, and Peacock Lane, and Harrington Road and Villas and Bavenden North Road, Comer Gardens, Clifton Close, Fairley Gardens, and Barney Road, Drive, Gardens and Road, and Lane 1 at Holly, Faircroft, Oak Close, and Withdean and Surrendon Crescent, Drexel String Away, Mulberry Close, Barney and Surrendon Hold, and Withdean Gardens and Poplar Close, and Holdingberry Copse, Sutherland Park, Friar Road and Crescent and Walking Close, and Hollingdean Lane, Hollingdean Upper Hollingdean Road, Florence Place, Ditching Gardens, Hewes Road, Freehold Terrace and Pope's Folly, Dean and Upper Hollingdean Road, and Hollingberry Road, Rosedale Road, and Davy Duff and Horton Road, Hollingberry Terrace and Park Avenue, and Crescent and Place, and Adams Close, Hollingdean Terrace and Street at Dudley Hertford and Barnett Road, and Saunders Stammer Villas and Park Road and Street, and Quarry Bank Road, and Harrington Place, and Hollingberry Rise and Royce West, and Brentwood Road, and Golf Drive, and Hutton Road, and Bursted Close and Hutton Road, and Brentwood Crescent and Close, and Sheffield Way, and Lynchett's Close, and Walking Down, and Mervale. The Crossway, the Linkway, Beale Crescent, and the Crestway, Stevenston and Mountfields, and Marvale, and Rumsey Mellors, Haunted Hinton, the Wickman Dunster Major Tinton Close, and Southmount, Waverley Crescent, Thompson Road, and Liverpool Peace Close, and Tavistock Down, Crestman Way, Uplands Road, Wolverton Drive, Lemon Road, and Close, and Eastwood Road, and Barrow Hill, and Close, and Village Way, Station Approach, Farmer House, Watson Garden Centre Road, now South Road, Southern Ring Road, Arts Road, and Bonner House Hill, and Library and Biology Road, Refectory Road, Lancaster and Norwich House, Park Village Road, Saunders Parkview and Queensland School Road, Tilston and Culpeper Close, Southside and Ronsdorf, Thorndine Road and Wild Park and High Brook Close and Home Farm Road, Bear Coombe Milner, Riley, Ewhurst, Mafeking, Kimberley, Ladysmith, Burden and Babington Road, and Dewey, Redbus and Nesbitt and oh my god. Dewey, Redbus and Nesbitt and Natal Road and Southern and Carlisle Avenue and Catford Road and Close and Catford and Eastman Road and Jeffrey Drive and Barley Close and Meadowview, Tenji, Wilkie Road, Meadowview and Tenji Road, Fitzherbert Drive and Martha Gunn Road, Borough King, Dennis Hopton Road, Davis Close, the Avenue, the Highway and Manton Road, and Hillside, the Crescent, Beverly Crescent, Whitcomb Way, Nightmare Met Me on the Beach Grove, Hotchip Road, Lane, Brochures Road, and Westergate, Eastergate Road, and Buckingham Dewey, Shady Road, Ringwood Road, and Close and Drive, and Greenways, Avenue Road, and Close, the Vale, the Ridings, the Bayer, and Woodland Walk, Long Hill Road, Beacon Hill, Ainsworth Avenue, Ainsworth and Dower Close, and Wonderland Roadway, Drive and Close, and some mountains in Long Hill Close, and Ely Drive and Elby Crescent, and Ely Crescent, Rowan Way, Newborn Road, Courtram Road, Quarter Close, Meadow Close, Wilkinson Close, the Roatings, Burnsville, Challenge Mews, and Farmer Road, and the Green and High and West Street, and Park Road and Crescent, and Neville Standing Road, She Walk, and St. Owen Smith, and Newlands Road, it's Newlands, so it's on the island, so it's Newlands Road, and Shady Cranley Avenue, Whiteway, Basil Road, Deacard Road, Walsman, Lusses Road, and Gorham Avenue and Close, and Royal Close, and Northwood Buys, and Challenges, and Northgate Close, and Whiteway Lane, and Vicarage Terrace, and Little Crescent, Grand Crescent, and Lenham Road, West to East, and Nolan Bromley Road, and Salty Park Road, Abbotsbury and Marine Close, and Avenue Chichester Drive, East and West, and London Avenue, and Lenham Avenue, Saltine Drive, and Lenham Avenue, Ashdown Avenue, Westminster Avenue, Bishopston Way, and Chorley Avenue, Linfield, Lusses Close, and Lusses Vale and Crescent, and Chamberlain Avenue and School Lane, and Chittington Way and Close at Effingham, and Hawthorne Close, and Falmer Avenue, and Tumulus and Webster Road, and Saxon Close, Winton Avenue, Perry Hill, Richmond Avenue, and Salting Drive and Greenbank Avenue, and Gland Avenue, Mount Drive, and Arlington Gardens, and Heathfield Avenue, and Barrick, and Horsham. It's not Horsham, it's Jesus Christ. Berwick, let's do this again. Glen Avenue, Mount Drive, Heathwood Avenue, Arlington Crescent, Hampstead and Berwick Road, and Hillgrove and Vale Road, Edward and Helsham and Summer Avenue, and Westfield Avenue, North and South, and Royce, Coopville and Royce, those one close, and Wicklands, Oaklands, Babington, Rotmel, and Shepham and Lynchmere, Withingham, Notley, Homebush and Longridge Avenue and Sewell's Way, and Heathfield Avenue and Auckland Drive and the Hyde, Hornby and Taunton and Sherman Road, Taunton Way, Ludlow Rise and Sherman to Durham Close, and Norwich Drive and Bodiam Avenue, Kenilworth Close, Hogsett, Norwich, Bedford and Bodiam Close, and Wilmot Crescent and Close, and Plymouth Avenue and Fitch Drive, Dartmouth Crescent, Dawlish Close, and Meadowview, Gilside and Torcas Close, and Aldrich Avenue and Mill Road, and Gabberson Avenue and Hillside Way, and Valley Drive and Close, and Whitethorn Drive and Hilltop and the Heights, and Glenrise and Close and Greenridge, and Dean Vale, Barn Rise, Bankside, Bramble Rise and High Bank, and Dean Vale, Barn Rise, Bankside, and Barn Rise and Bramble Rise and High Bank, and Cobbs Hill and Fernal Rise and Bracken Drive, Wayside, Deanside and Downside, and Croft and Shilbrow and Colbrook Road and Rachel Drive and Close, and Fairview Rise and Hillcrest and Croft and Western Drive and Mill Rise and Wentmill Drive, and Brangman Crescent and Drive and Avenue and Way, and the Close and the Dean Way, Carlin Avenue and Crowhurst Road, Braben and Warmden Road and Winfield and Upper Winfield Avenue, and Carroll Close and Patchdean, and Graham and Dale Avenue, and Old Farm Road, Old Mill Close and Woodland Way, and Old London Road and Woodlands and South Woodlands, and Overhill Gardens and Drive and Way, and Highview Avenue North and South, and Road and Way, and Overhill, Brompton Park and Uttery Close, and Grange Ways, Patrick Bridge and Grange Walk, Richside Avenue and Old Mill Close, and Leedsmere Road and Close, and Church and Vale, and Warmden Avenue, Church Hill, Village Barn and Ashley and Court Close, and Brightside, Becky, and Plainfields Avenue and Eastwick Close, and the D side, and Barhead, Crackney, Selby, Sandy Hills, Heston, Barris, Great Thornhill, Bangor, and Kenmore, Glenfirst, Espling, and Lomond Avenue, and Woodburn Avenue, Logfield Way, and Westfield Close, Northfield Way, and Eastfield Crescent, and Beechwood Avenue and Close, and Saverton Close, and Cutney Way, Condon Hill, Leamington and Hartfield Avenue, Furness and Rotherfield Crescent, Fernhurst, Kimmer Road, Buxton Rise and Hurst Hill, Fernhurst, Rotherfield, Youngsmere and Chelwood Close, and Orchard View and Bramble Way, Aldrin and Ditchy Crescent, and Mayfield, Greenfield, Highfield and Westfield Crescent, Mayfield and Greenfield Close, Wilmington Way and Close and Parade and Church Close, and Denton Drive, Birchcliff Crescent, and Rustington Road and Crabtree and Coach Oak Avenue, and Warmden Way and Close, and Dale Crescent and Drive, and Stoney Avenue and Close, and Sunnydale Avenue and Close, and Dorsey Drive, and Condon Crescent, Condon Gallias Close, and Portfield Avenue, and Singleton, Changmere, Havens, and Auckland Road, and Petworth, and Road, and Metis Rise, and Buttercup, and Overwalk, and Wentworth View, and and Cody Road, Forest Road, Rushwick Road and Close, and Woburn Place, Park Road and Close, and Ridge View, Middleton Rise, Andington Crescent, Walton Bank, Ashburnham Drive, Drive and Close, and the Byway, Roundways, Highfields, the Meds, and Sunners and Reeves Hill, and Crawley, and Woozy Road, and Hawkest Road, and Beachy Avenue, and Kenwoods, and Salon Drive, Osprey Road, Hague Avenue, Warden Avenue, the Charltons, and Standing and Woodview Close, and Nancy Road, and Tabard Crescent, and Ingham Drive, and Trafford Road, and Monk Close, and Rutschig Road and Close, and Challeton Close, Badger Way, Furphy Kicks, and Southsea Close, Goodwood, and Muscovy Way, and Burton, and Hutchett Road, and Staplefield Drive, and Wheatfield Way, and Salvo Drive, and Hollandbone, Stonecross, and Appledore, Chalkett Road, and First and Songton Road, First and Songton Close, on Ringman Road and Drive, and Lookoff, and Etchington Road, and Etchington Close, and Eshes Rise. And that was it.